Bismillah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Salatu Wassalam ala Rasulil Kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh sallallahu alayhi wa ala alihi wa sallama tasliman kathira amma ba'du. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We mentioned so far from the tafsir of Suratul Baqarah, the ayats that talk about ayatul sifatul mu'mineen. There are 5 characteristics, some ulama said 6. Then there are 2 characteristics of the disbelievers, and then the munafiqeen, 13 characteristics in a row. SubhanAllah. And you can see the 13 verses 2 talking about those who display their disbelief openly. No problem, proudly, no shyness. And the believers that should openly display their belief. No problem, no shyness, proudly. And when we talk about proudly, we mean with dignity. Not the pride in English that's kibble. And the kuram, and the dignity and honor and feeling good about what Allah chose for you as a being and as a person. But one might ask why, when it came to the hypocrites, those that display Islam but inside they disbelieve, why did Allah mention 13 examples, 13 ways, 13 characteristics in the row about them, as opposed to 2 for the disbelievers and 5 for the believers? That is because, وَلَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ, the munafiqeen, they are the most dangerous from amongst those who can do harm to the Muslims. And this is why, even to our own selves, we should be afraid of nifaq. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا النِّفَاقُ, and we will explain to you what is nifaq. In one sense, linguistically, it means yani dil wajhain. You have 2 faces that you show. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned مَذَبْذَبِينَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ لَا إِلَهَ هَؤُلَاءِ وَلَا إِلَهَ هَؤُلَاءِ. Allahu Musta'an. They go between this group and that group, and they're not with that group, neither are they with the other group. But they put on their face when they're with each group. Allahu Musta'an. وَالنَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ قال إِنَّ مِنْ أَشَرِّ النَّاسِ. Inna is for emphasis. That's enough. But he said, Inna yani أشر الناس. أشر الناس مضاف إليه. So whenever you have emphasis inna, then you have yani a dhamir, a pronoun, or a mudaf ilayh, something that's relevant and connected, like Rasulullah. Rasulullah is connected to Allah, meaning it's Allah's messenger. Baytullah, Allah mentioned the house of Allah to show tashrif, honor for that house. So whenever something is connected, that's a point of emphasis, great emphasis. So the Prophet said, Inna, that's 1. Ashar nas, that's 2. Dil wajhain, they have 2 faces. Very from the most evil of people, they have 2 faces. So this is the linguistic meaning of the hypocrite, and that's why the ulama, they said the munafiq, who are Muslim dahir, he shows Islam openly. Yet, yashhad, he makes the shahada, yusalli, he prays, wa yusul, he fasts, rubama yatasaddaq, walau, qaleel, aw kathir. Now, hakada, he does those actions. كأنه مسلم لكن داخلا باطن في قلبه لا يؤمن, but in his heart he doesn't believe. And this happened during the time of the Prophet ﷺ. Some people were disguised as Muslim, like the great munafiq, what's his name, Ubay ibn al-Salul, what's the munafiqeen? He was the head of the munafiqeen, accepted Islam, but his Islam was rejected because inside he didn't believe. It was pretending, in other words, to be a Muslim. أما ابنه دخل في الإسلام وكان صادقا بإسلامه. But his son, he entered Islam, he was true with Islam. So much so when it came time, he said, Ya Rasulullah, let me kill my father.
أنا مسلم وهو كافر لأنه يعني يظهر الإسلام ولكن داخل يعني منافق. And Allah revealed ayat about him. That's how they knew Ubay bin Salul was munafiq. Allah revealed ayat about him. But because of the problem we would have made, the common folk would have said, look, the Muslim killing the Muslim. They wouldn't understand he's not really a Muslim. He's just disguising. His own son killed them. They both Muslims. It would have made a big fitna. So the Prophet didn't allow him. But when the ayat came down and Allah revealed that your father is from the hypocrites, the munafiqeen, they entered Islam only to infiltrate and cause problems and division between the Muslims and help the non-Muslims against the Muslims. He said, Ya Rasulullah. He said, give me the permission. I'll kill him. Because if someone else killed him, it's going to make a tribal war. But if I kill him, it's my father. I'm Muslim. He's kafir. The Prophet didn't allow him. It's one example of munafiqeen. Munafiq into Islam with the sole purpose, like we say today, entrapment. Many people, they do it. They work for this group and that group, this agency, that agency. They accept Islam only to enter the masjid. Talk about how do you feel about Israel? How do you feel about Palestine? To get some ignorant person. Or some person he's upset. He has the right to be because of oppression. Or he just heard somebody else say this and that. He repeats it. Then they bait him. Well, we got some money. We have some weapons. We with you. We feel the same way. They don't feel the same way. They're not with you. Like the munafiqeen. But they're hypocrites. Wallah. And this, anybody could have in their heart. All you have to do is get tested. When you're tested, your heart will show you if you believe. If you don't, you have doubt. You're not certain. And the Sahaba, for that reason, كَانَ يَخْشَى عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ مِنَ النِّفَاقِ. They used to fear, maybe I'm from the hypocrites. Maybe I'm showing Islam, but really inside, I really don't believe. They were afraid of that factor, which moved them and motivated them to go in the opposite direction of the characteristics of nifaq. Because characteristics of nifaq, they're real. The Prophet, he mentioned, ayatul munafiq, na'am thalatha. Wa fi riwayatin arba'. He mentioned there are 3 traits. There's not only 3 traits, but these are the main traits. Because Allah mentioned other traits in the Qur'an about them. Like Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, وَإِذَا قَامُوا يُصَلُّوا مَاذَا خُسَالًا يُرَاءُونَ النَّاسِ. And when they stand to pray, praying lazy, meaning inside they really don't. But outwardly it's as if they do, but they really don't. And they only praying because people watching them. Akhi, why are you not praying? So rather than to have a problem, commotion, people going to bother me, jump on me, annoy me, I'm just going to pray. While people weren't around, maybe lam yusalli. Allah musta'an. Allah mentioned in the Qur'an. Prophet he mentioned they have 3 characteristics. إِذَا حَدَّثَ كَذَبَ. إِذَا حَدَّثَ مَاذَا كَذَبَ. When they speak, they lie. But sometimes people lie because they have mental illness. Sometimes people lie because they're afraid. Sometimes people lie because they're forced. Some people lie because of money. Different reasons. ولكن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وصف هؤلاء المنافقين بكذب عند كلامهم. When they speak, they lie. So all of us should be afraid, which should force us to tell the truth. Even Prophet he said, قُلِ الْحَقِّ وَلَا مَرَّةٍ تُلَبُ الضَّرْبِ. Say the truth, even if it be once. هكذا. Then the Prophet said, إِذَا وَعَدَ أَخْلَفَ. When they make a promise, they break it. Wallahi, tallahi, akhi, aqsama bi rabbil Kaaba. I swear I'm going to be here tomorrow at Dhuhr. He knows he's getting on the plane at 10 a.m. He swore 3 times. You show up, Dhuhr. Man, maybe the brother's sleeping. You call him, you text him, you call him, you text him. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the Adhan al-Asr, he's at his destination. Allah musta'an. And either Tumina Mada Khan, when he's given a responsibility, a trust, some type of job, he drops the ball. He doesn't do it, he breaks the trust. He doesn't live up to the obligation. And the Prophet mentioned in another wording, وَإِذَا خَاصَمَ الْفَجْرِ. Naam. When he argues, he goes too far. Sometimes you can argue a point. You can get mad. Even when you are oppressed, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned, لا يحب الله الجهر بالسوء من القول إلا من ظلم. Allah does not allow, Allah does not like, He's not pleased that you talk openly with some evil except the one who's oppressed. Because when you're oppressed, it makes you speak evil. Automatically, it makes you lash out because you're being wrong. So Allah will just give you a pass. And Allah said, what can Allah say? Allah, He knows really who's been oppressed and who's taken. Allah knows who's being treated unjust and who's making a false claim. So He give you a pass. But, Allah musta'an, you argue, you don't have to cuss the person out, you don't have to invent lies, you don't have to go spread tales, you don't have to, Allah musta'an, say the person with characteristics that not you're the most evilest person, but you only say that because you're mad. That's khasib al-fajr. You're going too far, wickedness. Just argue your point, get your heart, whatever, calm down, but if you go too far, the Prophet mentioned this as a characteristic of the munafiqeen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us from the characteristics of all of those traits of the hypocrite. We ask Allah wa ta'ala to make us Muslim sadiq, mu'min, kamil, to make us a true believer, a total Muslim. We ask Allah wa ta'ala to save us from that which is disbelief, the open and the hidden from it. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us our good, forgive us of our shortcomings, and increase us in iman, and bless us in the life that we live and the hereafter that we're striving for. Wa sallallahu sallam ala nabina Muhammad. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa huwa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.